You don't get the vibrance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that when the ocean looks like a dull gray.
Yeah.
Even the ocean looks tired. Like, oh, right? As opposed to like if you go to Mexico, like I went to Cancun way back in the day, and the first thing I noticed, like, how the fuck is the ocean that color? Like, look how pretty it is.
Yeah.
It's like a bluish green. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. Have you ever been to the French Riviera?
No.
Oh my God. One time went, and yeah, same thing. They have with pebble beaches instead of sand, which is horrible. But but the water is so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I grew up in that town, which was next to the Charles River, and that Charles River went all the way through Boston. And the Charles River was like disgusting, man. Like you'd see condoms floating in it, and I saw one pipe, and these bubbles were coming up to the surface. I was like, what the fuck is that? And then I saw a condom bubble up, and I went, oh my God, it's a sewer pipe. And I realized someone was just flushing their shit and piss right into the goddamn river. I was like, how did this happen? And I was, 14. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, how am I finding this? Like, you don't have anybody like checking to see if the shit pipe is pumping right into the goddamn river? Like, oh my God, it was crazy. So it wasn't clean by any stretch of the imagination. So to see that kind of clean, pure, like ocean water, where like, you ever heard of bone fishing? Do you know what that is?
Mm-mm.
It's a type of fishing that people do. I think they mostly just catch and release them. I don't think they even keep most of them. But they go to Florida and I think the Bahamas. I want to say the Bahamas, and they're on these like special boats that are like these boats you can stand on, and they're fly fishing for this fish that looks like it belongs in the Stone Age. This weird, cool-looking fish called the bonefish. See if you can pull up a picture of it. I don't know why we're talking about this. That's how high I am. But that's what they look like.
Oh, that's cool.
Is that a bonefish? It looks more like a barracuda. That's a bonefish. See, that's a bonefish. That other one was a barracuda. I think they just had a bad photo. You see the difference? Like it's a crazy looking fish, man. And see that water behind them? It's hard to tell from this image, but what we're looking at is really shallow water. Like at the most, it's like 3 feet deep, right? And they're just casting out, and they see these fish coming towards them, and they catch it. It's supposed to be like super, super exciting.
You do a lot of fishing?
I don't do a lot of fishing, but I love fishing. It's fun. But this is fun. Like I would assume. I haven't done this kind of fishing, bone fishing, but that's what people love, like seeing a fish coming and going and biting your lure. Like it's very exciting.
Yeah, it sounds exciting.
But look how clear that goddamn water is.
No,
There's no condoms. There's no condoms.
Just bonefish.
I was watching a video today of a guy jumping with scuba gear on into the garbage patch. It's the middle of the Pacific Ocean. I knew that it was supposed to be like horrific, but when you see it in a video, you watch it and just go, what the fuck is this? This guy put scuba gear on and jumped into this. I mean, it was plastic. You couldn't see anything but plastic. Everywhere you looked, to the left and the right, it was all plastic. Like, this is huge. Like several states large. Yeah, this shit. This is what humans are doing to the ocean. This is when you see him jump in it, it's almost. Did they show him jump in, or is this a different video? This is a different video.
Probably a different video, but yeah.
This is a different video because the other one, the guy starts out on the boat and dives in, and what he dives into is just like plastic soup. It's fucking disgusting, man. It's crazy. Yeah, like this. So there's this guy that we had on the podcast. His name is Boyan Slot, and he created a device that he's using to try to pull the plastic out of the ocean, and they'll maybe convert that plastic into, things that we can use. And I don't think it worked on the first attempt, but they're relaunching it, right? They had to do something to fix things. They're still in like sort of the prototype stage, but it's going to have these machines that are just giant nets that move around through the ocean and catch all this plastic.
Skims it?
Yeah, just
But how does it stop it from getting fish?
It's a very good question. I don't think there's any fish living in there. I bet a lot of fish have eaten that stuff, though. Guaranteed. There's probably a lot of fish with plastic in their stomachs.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, man. That's gross. I mean, what kind of shit gets in their system, and then when you eat that fish, what kind of shit are you getting in your system? Like, how many people are testing their fish? You know, I mean, how many people are before they eat a salmon, they're like, hold on, let me check for mercury. Let me see how much arsenic's in this. See what kind of heavy metal what's that stuff? BPBs that they're worried about that come from. What is the stuff they're worried about that comes from bottles?
When it gets
Plastic.
hot and
Yeah, BPAs or something like that.
that sounds right. Yeah.
I wish I knew what that meant.
I guess they did. There's
They
a
did a
video
run?
of their first results from November. I don't know what he's saying.
Oh, so this is their first.
Yeah.
Their first
run
actual pulling of the garbage. You know, listen, man. Even if it takes 10 years, if they could figure out a way to get rid of all that plastic, and we could figure out a way to not put that plastic in the ocean, we could maybe. What I really worry about almost as much as this, maybe even more, is overfishing. When you realize how many different ships are out there using giant nets and just scooping everything they catch inside that net and then just serving it to us. And we're like, you want to get sushi? Yeah, sushi sounds good. You know, we're like so clueless. Sushi sounds good. It's ocean genocide. I mean, it's fucking chaotic, man. They don't have real control. It's international waters. People are just cutting nets and dropping them to the bottom of the ocean, and they catching things all the time. There's nets all over the place out there. People just release their nets. You know, they just litter.
But you've been very conscious about like what you eat and what like sustainability a lot lately, right?
Well, I think sustainability, yeah, I do think about that a lot. I don't know if I'm that conscious of it. I'm definitely guilty of not being sometimes.
I'm
hungry.
Extremely unconscious about it. I wish I was more conscious about it because I'm one that put in my face. It makes me all sad.
Yeah. I'm more conscious about what I eat than I am sustainability in terms of like the quality of what I eat. I'm more conscious about that. I should be more conscious about sustainability, but sometimes it feels like, what is this? What are you showing me here? Is that a crocodile, goddammit?
No.
What is
It
that?
says a big catch with an exclamation mark is the name of this video. It's got like 40 million views on YouTube. It's a net that's full of stuff.
Oh, they caught a net. Oh, a net.
Like,
this is a fishing boat.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Look how it works. They just scoop up every fucking thing that's in that ocean. It's really amazing that they I mean, what a horrific place to be if you're a fish. Imagine if fish were like super smart and this is their demise. I mean, this is an insane net filled with living creatures that we're going to eat. No, bro, it's just tilapia. Relax. God, you're getting so dramatic. Look at that. That's a crazy bundle of these ocean creatures. And how often does this happen a day? Is it all day? I bet it is. I bet this is all day. I bet this is all day for years and years and years and years. And I don't think they take time off. I think they keep going. And if they're not there, someone else is there too. And I think this is happening as long as they can make money selling fish and we're willing to buy fish. It's kind of insane.
You think people ever feel bad about it? You think any
Sure.
of those people feel bad?
Maybe. It's possible. They're not monsters, right? If they might develop
Well, that guy just stepped
Real
right
fun.
on a fish, though.
yeah, they get desensitized, I'm sure, man. You
He
know?
doesn't seem like he cared at all.
Well, this is crazy. I mean, this is not a person's supposed to be able to catch a fish or two fish or three fish and then you eat it. Like, this is chaos, man. This is some crazy thing where you have to make filet of fish sandwiches because there's, 320 million people and 100 million of them want junk food anytime they want it. I mean, I don't know if that went to filet of fish or if that's expensive fish. I really have no idea. I'm just talking shit. Don't listen to me. But and I also eat fish, so I'm a hypocrite.
Yeah.
But it is kind of crazy when you watch this video. And I'm not I'm not opposed to you eating fish, but I'm just saying the reality of what this is crazy. This is a crazy scene. And to not deny it's a crazy scene, I'm still gonna eat fish. I feel awful about this.
It does slightly make me want sushi.
I'm looking at this. It's crazy. When I was a server, like a big question people would always ask: is it farm raised or is it wild caught?
Yeah.
And if this is wild caught versus farm raised, I don't know why it would make a giant difference. It just seems like it's
hell.
bad either way.
Yeah, it's hell, no matter what, for these organisms. But they're delicious and they're really good for you. But how are they going to ensure that there's going to be some left? That's what's crazy. Like the human governments need to get together and go, hey, we can't kill the whole ocean because that is possible. If you keep going at the pace that it's going now, if you really stop and think about what the ocean must have been like when you hear about those Japanese tuna fishermen, like, did you see Jiro Dreams of Sushi? Remember when those gentlemen were at the fish market and they were talking about what it used to be like? It used to be tuna everywhere, so much tuna, and now it's like a small amount, and you got to check to see if it's good. Like, they're watching it happen in real time. If you go from that point where that guy was talking about to today and then go 50 years from now at the same pace, like...
Yeah, no, you got to be... But it seems like that it wouldn't be that hard to be more conscious about it.
Well, at the very least, they have to take into consideration the fact that they need to maybe develop some sort of an international program to breed these things.
Yeah.
You know, to like they've done that with yellowtail. They have these like ocean sort of almost like a corralled in area, and they're out in the ocean, but they're only in this one trapped area, and they're feeding them. You know, and occasionally they get out, like they get those yellowtails in Hawaii. There was a storm, and the storm wrecked their little enclosure, and they got out. Now they're everywhere. So all these hamachi grade, like sushi grade yellowtails are swimming around all over the place outside of Hawaii.
That's one of my favorites.
And they're breeding, they're getting bigger. Yeah, it's crazy. It's interesting, but I was thinking when they were telling me that, well, so if that's what they did, like maybe they should do that and just keep releasing them. Maybe it should be a program that all the people who buy sushi fund into, that just takes a little piece of the sushi money and uses it to develop these programs to make sure that these fucking fish keep breeding so you can have more sushi.
I think people would pay extra for that.
They should, right?
Then they would feel good. They'd
feel a
like,
little
"Look at
better.
me."
You helping out?
Yeah.
That's what I think we can leave this next generation. They have a real good possibility of like making things work out better.